Hello, this is Harika, working as Associate Professor in the BVC Engineering College, Autonomous. In this lecture, we will talk about the feedback amplifiers, especially block diagram. So, in the last video, we have studied about the basic amplifiers. So, in the previous section, we have seen the four basic amplifier types and their ideal characteristics, like your voltage amplifier, current amplifier, transconductance amplifier, and transresistance amplifier. And here now we'll go to the block diagram of negative feedback amplifiers. This is a block diagram of the negative feedback amplifier, and in this block diagram we are having the signal source, so and your comparator circuit, some comparator or mixer network, and next one is the basic amplifier and sampling network and the feedback network. So these are the major blocks of this feedback amplifier. In the last video, we are seeing these basic amplifiers. So that four types of basic amplifiers we discussed in the last video. Now we will see this block diagram. In this block diagram, first of all, we are having the signal source. The signal source may be voltage source. So with a series resistor RS, or it is a current source with a shunt resistance is a RS. At the input of the feedback signal is combined with the input signal through a mixer network. So and this is fed into the amplifier. As shown in this figure, the feedback connection has the three networks, that is the sampling network, and next one is the feedback network, and again your mixer network or your comparator is a major block. First we will go with your feedback network. The feedback network consists of a passive elements like your resistors, inductors and the capacitors, but most of the circuits in the negative feedback amplifier, so this feedback network is a resistive configuration, and the feedback network gain or the ratio is represented with the beta, so which will decide the amount of feedback to be introduced in the amplifier. The feedback ratio beta is always less than the unity, so beta is less than your unity, and that is less than 1. This beta usually notation is also we are used for the current gain of your transistor, but the beta is greater than 1. So but in the feedback amplifiers, the feedback network gain or the transfer ratio, so reverse transfer ratio is beta is less than 1, and this beta is also called as the turns ratio or retransmission ratio or the reverse transmission ratio. Beta ratio is calculated. The feedback network ratio beta is calculated as the ratio of feedback signal is a V voltage or your current by output signal, that is output coming from your feedback network, that is a V or I. And here we have to remember that the input of the feedback is from your sampling network and output coming from the feedback is connected to the mixer network. And in this feedback amplifier you have the important notes. So that is that input resistance RA should be large in order to increase the driving capacity, and the output resistance R0 should be small to reduce the loading effect on the load resistor is a RL, and the frequency and the amplitude distortions at low and high frequency has to reduced. So that to increase the input resistance and to have to reduce the output resistance of an amplifier, the remedy we are using in the feedback amplifiers is that, so the mixer circuit and the sampling circuit. So these are the sampling network is one of the block in the feedback amplifiers, and the mixer network is also one of the block in your feedback amplifiers. So here the remedy for impedance in the BJTs, so that is your RI mixing, and that is input mixing and your R0 mixing. So based upon that we can divide that a mixing network in the feedback amplifier has a two types, that is a series mixing is RA and next shunt mixing is a RA. And to decrease, to get your output impedance is a low, so in your we are having the two types of your sampling networks, that is a voltage sampler and current sampler. So whereas in the voltage sampler, so for the this resistor connected in shunt to R0, so whereas the current sampler for this resistor is connected in series with now we will go to discuss about your mixer networks. So we are having the two types, that is a series mixer and the shunt mixing. So first we will go with your series mixing. So in the series mixer, the feedback signal is a voltage is series mixer with the which will increase the input resistance of the feedback amplifier like this. And in this series mixing condition also, that signal source must be a voltage source like this. The series is so, and here is we are having the series mixer connection. This is the series mixer. So the signal source must be the voltage source when we are using the series mixer. Next one is the shunt mixer. This is a connection of your shunt mixing. So in this case, so when you're using the shunt mixing, the signal source must be the current source. The shunt mixer will decrease the input resistance of the feedback amplifier. Note here that input resistance of the feedback amplifier depends on type of mixers. For series mixing, input resistance is increases. For shunt mixing, input resistance is decreases. And when you're using the series mixing, the signal source must be the voltage, and whereas in the shunt mixing, the signal source must be the current. Next we discuss about the sampling networks. So the sampling networks are related to your output resistance, that is increased or decreased with the help of using the two types of your samplings. Now we will see that. So there are two types of your samplings, is the voltage sampling and the current sampling. So first we can go with your sampling, that is voltage sampler. So in the voltage sampler condition, so that it's parallel network. So like as shown in the voltage sampler, it represents in a parallel network. The voltage sampler decreases the output resistance of the amplifier because of the resistance decreases with a parallel network. Okay, so that voltage sampler decreases the output resistance. So next we can discuss about the next sampling. Next one is the current sampling. The current sampling is represents in a series network. The sampler increases the output resistance of the feedback amplifier because the resistance increases with the series network. So we can tell that the output resistance of the feedback amplifier depends upon the type of the samplers. For voltage sampler, output resistance is decreases. So for the current sampler, the output resistance is increases. The feedback amplifier, next block is a basic amplifier. So we already discussed that. Now we will see the transfer gain ratio of your feedback amplifiers. The gain is usually represented with the A. So the ratio of the output to the input signal of the basic amplifier without the feedback for an ideal amplifier. So let us see first one is the voltage amplifier. So in the voltage amplifier, the voltage gain AV is equal to V0 by Vi. So whereas in the current amplifier, so that current gain is equal to the AI is equal to I0 by II. So whereas in the transconductance amplifier, the input signal is a voltage, so output is a current. So that's the reason the transconductance gain is represented with the Zm. So that is equal to I0 by Vi. So next amplifier is a trans resistance. In the trans resistance, input is the current signal and output is the voltage. So then we can define its gain is represented with the Rm. So that is equal to V0 by II. Here AI, AV, GM and RM are referred as a transfer gain of the basic amplifier without the feedback, and use the symbol A to represent any one of these quantities. The feedback amplifier consists of the basic amplifier and the feedback network. The transfer gain of the basic amplifier A is equal to V0 by Vi. Now the transfer gain with the feedback is represented with these notations. So here the voltage gain with feedback is notated with the AVF, and this is the ratio of total output voltage is the V0 by that signal source is the Vs. Whereas in the basic amplifier, just we consider only that gain of your output V0 and input to the basic amplifier is the only Vi. So whereas in the including your feedback, just we have to find the ratio is the V0 by your signal source is the Vs. And similarly, the current gain with feedback is the AIF, that is a ratio of your I0 by Is. And the transconductance with feedback is the I0 by Vs. So including your source we are calculating here. So trans resistance feedback amplifier is calculated with V0 by Is. Okay, now we go for the summary, and in this lecture we will discuss about the block diagram of negative feedback amplifier. So the negative feedback amplifier consists of these blocks: signal source, comparator, basic amplifier block, sampling network, and feedback network. So the feedback network is a resistive network, and here that gain of the feedback network is represented with the beta, and that value is less than 1. The signal source is the voltage source or your current source. Now see your mixer network. So there are two types of your mixer networks, that is the series mixer and the shunt mixer. The series mixer is used to increase the input resistance, and shunt mixer is used to increase the input, the shunt mixer is used to decrease the input resistance. And next one is we are having the sampling networks are the two types. So voltage sampler. The voltage sampler is decreases the output resistance, and the current sampler is increases the output resistance. So for basic amplifiers we have the 4 types, and the total negative feedback amplifier gain is represented with the AVF or your AIF or GMF or RMF. So based upon your for basic amplifier, we can represent your AV, IGM or your RM. Okay, in the next lecture, we will see that what are the different characteristics of your negative feedback amplifiers. Thank you.